Aye, okay. Oh, close game that.
Yep, you're matching up the
2-1, but they know the best of it.
Rubbish.
Elliott got man of the match, the ref was rubbish, they got a penalty, but that's only the beginning of Saturday because it's now kick time! Hello and welcome to the bonus Saturday edition of JoeIsMe.
Hang on a second, I'm not Joe and you're not Joe, so this doesn't make any sense.
I know, I'm Tony, Joe's dad.
And I'm Elliott, Joe's brother.
And today we're going to be baking a fantastic, well hopefully fantastic Victoria sponge cake.
I know, we've called it Sponge Saturday.
And the recipe's been given to me by Zoe, who made a fantastic version of it at work the other day. And we're hoping to emulate that, or at least make something slightly edible.
Of course inspired by the great British Baker.
Over here, we're going to show you all the things we've managed to find. And let's go and have a look. So what have we got here, Elliott? We've managed to find a set of scales, which are important because the proportionality of the dish will either make it or break it. And then we also have what we got here, Elliott? Let's take it out of the box. It's amazing this, because this is an antique.
Yeah, we haven't used it for like 10 years.
But it's also years and years old. Sarah, Joe's mum, used this for cooking at school. And I'm not going to give away her age, but it was just after electricity. But this is what we're going to use to mix it. These,
Mixing bowls.
One mixing bowl for the mixture, and one mixing bowl for the...
Eggs.
No, the cream. But anyway, it's a good job we rehearsed, isn't it? Here we go, the ingredients, which are looking a little bit sparse at the moment, aren't they? We have here the vanilla essence, butter, self-raising flour, a sieve, not to put it on your hair because that wouldn't be very health and safety. And
also, eggs, which are very important.
They are very important, aren't the eggs? And there is just one other thing. Come over here, Elliott. Let's see what else we've got in here that we need. What's that say, Elliott?
Baking powder.
Baking powder. So we've got the baking powder. So that just leaves it for me to go to Waitrose now and buy the ingredients. And hopefully Waitrose might pay us a little bit for plugging them on such a prestigious show. Right, I'm off to Waitrose now so we can get all the ingredients for our taste bud tantalising treat. I'll be back in 5. Don't go away.
My dad may be going to Waitrose, but please know there are other supermarkets available.
Here we are, I'm back, everything in hand, and I've also bought some stuff for breakfast in the morning. Right, we're all ready to go, we've got all of our stuff, we're lined up, and it's time for action!
On your marks,
get set,
bake!
Before we do anything, we need to go and wash our hands. Use the soap on it. It's always important to use soap. Perfect. Now, some people might dry their hands on their apron, but not us. We're going to use this towel here. And then before we start, it's very, very important that during your preparation time, you allow, according to Mary Berry, the oven to preheat. There we go, Elliott, you want to do that? And then we set the temperature to 180 degrees C. So Elliott, what should we do first?
What does it say in the instructions? Use and line 2 times
baking tins, which we have already done here, ready for the cake mixture to go into. 2 of them. It's a fairly simple all-in-one recipe, but it is a British classic, the Victoria sponge, named after, I do believe, Queen Victoria herself. The first bit is to get 4 free-range eggs. You can tell they're free-range because they've got the little bits on there stuck on specially. That's what Waitrose do for you. They have little men that stick bits of hen on there so you know they've been free range. Should I break them in?
I'll do.
Okay. What you've got to be careful with when you're making a cake, try not to get any of the shell. So Elliott, that is very, very important. It's very nerve-wracking, this.
It's not.
It is. Right, that's it. Now put it onto there, just it there. That's it, well done. Your yolk's broken. I'm glad we're not having fried eggs or anything because we've got one broken egg and one not, but at least we've got no shelling. There you go, young sir, try again. Oh, that was a good one. Well done. Right, every part of this I think is going to get more and more stressful, but we're going to keep going. As you can see, we are a big baking, cooking family. Now, what we need to do is apparently, according to Mary, is just put everything else in. So I'll do the... I've weighed it. Oh, by the way, to save time, in good old Blue Peter tradition, we prepared quite a few things earlier. So Mary didn't say to do this, but I remember from economics we were told to sieve flour. Perfect. Look at that, it's like some sort of magic. Look at that. These are bits in the bottom. Those bits in the bottom would have caused us lumps. That's very good. Now, Elliott, would you like to put the sugar?
Not sieve it?
No, not to sieve the sugar. Just have a check about everything right. Yes, yes. Dip it in. That's it. Baking powder.
Okay.
You got 2 teaspoons. I did a bit too much there. I'm going to take a little bit out. Sorry, I'm just going to get a spoon. Just looks a lot. That's just my flair for cooking. You can't always work to a recipe. There you go, Elliott. You chuck it in.
3, 2, 1.
Perfect. And now the butter.
All of it?
Yes, please. There we go. A little bit that isn't in the recipe, if you all look online at Mary Berry, is vanilla essence, which Zoe has informed me just makes it that little bit, that gives it that je ne sais quoi, that little extra.
Just a tiny
Wee bit. This is Dutch, obviously any will do, but us being a very cosmopolitan and well-travelled family, we've got Dutch vanilla essence. Now we need our spoon, which I will start to do it with. We're going to do it with the spoon and then we're going to use a mix.
Smells nice already.
It does, doesn't it? If we could have smelly vision, you'd be so impressed. It is gorgeous. First of all, we're going to work this in like this. Aren't we, Elliott?
Yep.
Going to let Elliott, what are you going to do, Elliott?
That makes it good as well.
But no, what are you going to use? What are we going to let you
use?
The whisk. The whisk that I've just seen on the cardboard box that we looked at before. It isn't actually card. It's that old. It's parchment. In fact, I think Queen Victoria did use it. Or one of her minions did. Just a minute. Yes, this is something we have that every kitchen should have. A pop-up plug socket. Just get that. Excuse fingers, but we did. As you noticed, we did wash our hands. I'll just start it off. Not that I'm a control freak or anything, but it's better to be safe than sorry. Cool. Go through the gears now. Cool. I think the idea is the more air you can get into it, the smoother the mixture, the better. It's not going to go really bad now and then. I'm going to hand it over to Elliott in a minute. Yeah, okay. You've got Elliott. Elliott's now doing it. Because this isn't all about me, by the way.
It's a lot harder than it looks.
It is a lot harder than it looks. I'm making it look simple. For all you people out there, it takes a lot of skill, knowledge, and perseverance to get to this level. No, not do that. No. Keep it together, joint effort. Teamwork, mate, teamwork. Look at that. Let me have a go. Come on. Don't lift it up, don't lift it up, don't lift it up. There it goes, I've seen it on the movies.
It's so nice to see you today.
Give it down something here. A very, very thick one. Not this definitely. No, it's like you need your patio lane, we could also do that for you. It tastes good now. Right, Elliott, I think it's nearly ready to go in. How does it taste? Yes, this is going to be enough to do on our own on the Saturday. Oh, actually, I like it, mate. What are you doing there? You making a cake? Yeah, I'm making a cake, yeah. So it's what we always do on a Saturday today. Can you help or not? I mean, it's really our thing, isn't it? It's our time, mate. You're always on the telly and everything. No. This is for us, so if you don't mind, we'll let you have a piece later, but if you could just make yourself scarce. After that gate crash, you know, a bit of fun. I don't know, lads and dads. I know he's one of the lads, but come up from London, try and start to boss us around. You know, life beyond the Watford Gap, isn't there? It's either going to be great or not.
It's going to be.
Right now, it's all mixed in, and now we're going to put it into the things. This takes somebody over the age of 18 to do, so this is my job. It says that on the thing. And I'll lick my finger again. Make sure it's all evenly distributed. Obviously, it's not an exact science, so one might be slightly behind the other, but we'll try and get them as even as we can. The idea now is to get it as flat and as even as possible, but I think it will sort of, to a degree, find its own level. Scrape this last bit of stuff out. Elliott's making some very peculiar noises, which are slightly off-putting. He's making me make them now. It's even more off-putting because I didn't know that noises could be contagious. And in traditional way, that's a bowl that needs to be scraped out and eaten, yeah. And if Elliott gets salmonella, or anybody else does from eating out uncooked eggs, we have an official disclaimer you have to sign as you're leaving the building. I wish Joe was here to see it. It's a shame he's gone. Oh well, at least I'll get to have a little bit of cake.
I really recommend doing this.
These are two Carefree. Oh God, nearly knocked over the mill. There we go, one cake there, and one cake there, going in the oven for 25 minutes. My hands are a bit greasy. Now, I'm slightly off camera, and it says you've got to do it 25 minutes, but do not open the oven. Mary cannot stress that enough. 25 minutes. That's it. That bit's done. Now all we need to do is whip up the cream and get the jam ready. Right, while the cake is cooking, we're going to now create the double cream, whipped double cream, which, for that you need unwhipped double cream first. I've also bought some Jewe's raspberry jam. There was Waitrose basic, but we went, pushed the boat out a little bit, and it was on offer. What we're going to do, you can see actually, I'm presuming people know, but double cream starts off quite thin. I can introduce more air to it. It's done. Would you like to take over now, young sir? Joe's going to love this when he sees it, isn't he? He loves a nice piece of it. Now, just starting to thicken up. Perfect. As you can see, the cream is all ready and perfect, and in true Nigella fashion. No, you don't know your hands are thin. We're only doing this so nobody else will eat any of it. I'm that confident in my double cream being right. So put it over yours.
Yeah.
Would you like to open the jam so we can show everybody the jam?
That must
There you go, looking like I've been to the gym today to do that. And there's the jam, beautiful. You also have over here, which we might put on top, some raspberries. Once again, there are other supermarkets other than Waitrose. So now, what we're going to start to do is tidy up. Right, the washing up's done, which is something we all have to do, even the top chef. What I'm going to do now is make myself a nice cup of tea. Perfect. Hot. It's nearly ready. I wonder what it's going to be like. The excitement. Oven gloves on. I would always recommend the use of a good quality pair of oven gloves. If you can't find them, use these. Okay, we're going to go on beat of the bip. Can you hear the bipping? It's exciting. Are you ready, Elliott?
Yes.
Ta-da! Here's number one. Look at that. Risen might be a bit dry, looks to me. And that one maybe, not as even as it could have been, but I'm sure we'll be alright. We'll just have a quick look. Now don't touch them, they're very hot. Oh, look, they haven't risen very well. They're more of a biscuit cake than a. That side looks great. I put it down to Elliott and he's whipping or whisking. Ta-da! And why they haven't risen, but I'm sure they'll still taste good. If not, you can always buy a nice cake from Waitrose or Sainsbury's or any other supermarket in the UK. I've heard Lidl are very good nowadays. I've loosened them up a little bit. Hopefully it'll come off. Oh, it's hot. Ah! I'm sure there's an easier way than this, but when they're as hot as they are, it's alright. What we'll just do is leave those to cool down and clear our stuff away. Final little bit, the most important.
Long time.
Yes, it's all taken a while, but you can't rush these sorts of things, can you? So we have the jam. You may. We have the cream.
As I opened earlier.
We have the cream, which is ready whisked. We have the wine, which is just about keeping us going. I was going to use a term that rhymed with whisked, that can go with wine, but I didn't, because it's a family show. Elliott seems a bit puzzled by that one. I'll put it on and then you can sort of squeeze it out. Well, I'll squeeze it out. Not squeeze it out, spread it out. Right, okay. That's right. I think we need a little more. Don't want to be too mingy with the jam, do we? Mingy. More mingy. But look at this, we're like a dream team. We're like Cole and York, Solskjaer and Sheringham. We don't want to talk about that. What are those people off the Great British Bake Off called? Richard, what's he called, the guy? Whatever he's called anyway. Him and Mary Berry, watch out, we are here. That's it, lick your fingers again on it in our usual hygienic way. Right, let's get the cream. Look at that. Crikey, looking forward to this. I think we've gone a bit mad on the jam. I don't think it's quite to Zoe's standard, but it is our first one. But, as we say, if I'd known you were coming, I'd have baked a cake. Baked a cake, baked a cake. If I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake. Baked a cake, baked a cake. Tell you what, I bet Joe's going to like this when he sees it. Be a bit of a shock for him. Perfect. So, are you putting the lid on, Elliott?
Yes, lid on.
I've just put too much jam on it. That's a problem.
And press done.
There. There we go. Perfect. Here is our Queen of Cakes, the Right Royal Victoria Sponge. Ta-da! What do you think, Elliott?
Good.
But you can't wait to get stuck into that, can you?
This may be the Queen of Cakes.
But, as one of the French aristocracy once said, Marie Antoinette, let them eat cake. Au revoir. Joe's a bit worried that he won't be able to hear us over the whisk, so we thought we'd talk up a little bit. It's perfect. Well done.
Good doing business with you.
And you, mate, yeah.